That wasn't a basketball player confronting me. That was a parent. That was a father.
Is LeBron an all-time Laker great?
What's that?
Is LeBron an all-time Laker?
No.
No.
No. Are you kidding me?
So LeBron is not an all-time Laker.
He's an all-great, but he's an all-time great, but he's not an all-time Laker great.
LeBron James just confronted StephenASmith. But what if I told you this wasn't really about Bronny? The shocking truth behind this confrontation is deeper than you think. Today, we break down what really happened. Right after the Lakers game against the Knicks, LeBron James walked straight up to StephenASmith. No warning, no hesitation. It was a tense moment, and everyone assumed it was about Stephen A's comments on Bronny James. Previously, Stephen A had discussed whether Bronny James truly deserved to be drafted into the NBA. He didn't attack Bronny personally.
I never would speak negatively about your son. I was talking about you, meaning you, LeBron James.
But he did question whether LeBron's influence played a role in his son getting selected. Stephen A saying, "I never said anything bad about Bronny personally." LeBron wasn't having it, and he made that clear in front of the cameras. But wait, LeBron has heard critics talk about his teammates before. He's heard worse things said about his game, his leadership, even his finals losses. So why did this moment push him to react? Was it really just about Bronny? Or was there something deeper at play? LeBron has always been a master at controlling narratives. In the past, he has redirected attention to keep focus where he wants it. Did he use this confrontation to control the media cycle? Charles Barkley even pointed out how the media constantly fixates on the Lakers and Warriors while ignoring other great teams like OKC and Cleveland.
The season's been going great for the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Y'all just want to talk about the Warriors and the Lakers. They're both doing great. Don't get me wrong. If I turn out to be wrong, I got no problem with that. But y'all are idiots because y'all talk about the Lakers and the Warriors all the time.
But now, another layer to this story emerges. Was this also about StephenASmith's rising influence? Just recently, Stephen A signed a $100 million contract with ESPN, giving him more power than ever in sports media. This contract not only solidifies his dominance in sports broadcasting, but also allows him to talk more about politics and larger societal issues, making him more than just a sports analyst. LeBron has historically been a dominant voice in shaping basketball narratives. But with Stephen A's media power growing, could this confrontation be a preemptive move against someone who is becoming an even bigger force in the media world? This brings us to the real story behind this confrontation. If it wasn't just about Bronny, then what was LeBron really doing? Now, this is where things get interesting. Some analysts believe this confrontation wasn't about Bronny at all, but about shifting focus away from something bigger happening in LA. Rick Bucker pointed out that LeBron isn't the sole leader of the Lakers anymore.
So LeBron is not an all-time Laker.
He's an all-great, but he's an all-time great, but he's not an all-time Laker great.
Luka Dončić has changed the entire dynamic of the team. The Lakers haven't been dominant all season. They've dealt with chemistry issues, coaching changes, and trade rumors. And now, for the first time, LeBron isn't the undisputed leader of his team. Enter Luka Dončić, the new face of the Lakers, the new playmaker, the guy who now runs the show. With his elite passing, scoring, and ability to take over games, Luka is proving that the Lakers are no longer just LeBron's team. This leads to a deeper issue. Has a power shift occurred in LA? LeBron has always been the primary playmaker on his teams. But now, with Luka running the offense, LeBron has had to adjust to an off-ball role. Is this confrontation a sign that LeBron is feeling that shift? Kenny Smith acknowledged that LeBron has adjusted well, but let's not act like he's thrilled about giving up control. If LeBron is losing his stronghold as the leader of the Lakers, wouldn't it make sense for him to shift the media's focus elsewhere? By confronting Stephen A, he made sure the media spotlight was on him and Bronny instead of the changing dynamics in LA. Instead of talking about Luka taking over, LeBron ensured the headlines were about him. This could be a strategic move to keep the attention on his family rather than his declining leadership. JJ Redick even pointed out that LeBron has shifted narratives for years. This could just be another example of that. JJ Redick took a more neutral stance, saying, I get LeBron's frustration, but if your son is in the league, people will talk. This aligns with the reality of professional sports. Every player, regardless of their connections, will face public scrutiny. Shannon Sharpe echoed this sentiment, adding, "LeBron has a right to be mad, but this is just how the NBA works. You can't silence every critic." These reactions suggest that while LeBron's emotional response was understandable, it may not have been necessary given the nature of media coverage in sports. Meanwhile, Charles Barkley took a completely different approach, the Lakers' future, suggesting that if LeBron is fading, maybe the NBA should focus on new stars instead. The NBA doesn't revolve around the Lakers. His statement highlights the larger issue at play. LeBron is a media magnet, and his every move commands attention, even at the expense of rising teams and stars. But was this really just a reactionary moment from LeBron? Or did he deliberately set the stage for this media frenzy? Some analysts believe LeBron's confrontation with StephenA was designed to overshadow growing concerns about his leadership in LA. With Luka Dončić emerging as the new face of the franchise, the dynamics within the Lakers have undoubtedly shifted. Rick Booser pointed out, LeBron isn't the sole leader of the Lakers anymore. Luka Dončić has changed the entire dynamic. LeBron James has always been the alpha on every team he's played for, but for the first time in his career, that control seems to be slipping. The arrival of Luka Dončić has completely altered the Lakers' playing style, forcing LeBron into a more off-ball secondary role, something he has never fully embraced. Luka's ability to dominate the offense, dictate tempo, and create plays has positioned him as the primary playmaker in ways that LeBron historically has been. Kenny Smith weighed in on this shift, saying, "LeBron has adjusted well, but let's not act like he's thrilled about giving up control." While LeBron may publicly support Luka, the underlying question remains, is he truly comfortable stepping back and letting Luka lead, or is he simply biding his time? Throughout the season, LeBron has still managed to deliver elite performances. But there's no denying that his style of play has changed, and not necessarily on his terms. The real concern, however, isn't just LeBron's role, it's the long-term implications of Luka's leadership in LA. If the Lakers continue to build around Luka's strengths, does that mean LeBron's time as the primary face of the franchise is coming to an end? Shaquille O'Neal offered his take, stating, "I don't think the Lakers can win a championship with this setup."
We don't get impressed by winning games. We get impressed by if you can win a champion. Can they win the championship? I don't think so.
LeBron and Luka need to figure out who's taking the last shot when it matters. This highlights one of the biggest challenges the Lakers face: team identity. Who is their leader in clutch moments? Who takes control in a must-win game? Another factor at play is LeBron's age and longevity. While he continues to defy expectations, his physical dominance isn't what it once was. If Luka solidifies himself as the long-term cornerstone of the Lakers, will LeBron accept a reduced role? Or will tensions eventually rise? These are the conversations that NBA insiders are starting to have, and they could determine how the Lakers move forward as a franchise. For the first time in years, LeBron's dominance in shaping team decisions is being tested. With Luka Dončić taking control as the Lakers' primary playmaker and a younger core starting to emerge, the question is no longer whether LeBron can still perform at an elite level. It's whether the Lakers should continue building around him or begin preparing for a post-LeBron era. One of the biggest unknowns is what LeBron's next move will be. Then there's the Bronny factor. LeBron has repeatedly said that playing with his son is his ultimate dream, which raises the question: will the Lakers prioritize keeping Bronny around just to ensure LeBron stays with the team? The next few months will define the Lakers' direction. Will they hold on to LeBron as their guiding force? Or will they finally begin the process of handing the keys to Luka Dončić and the next generation? Whatever happens, one thing is clear: LeBron isn't ready to fade away quietly, and this battle for control has only just begun.